Well, good morning, good morning. I'm actually trying to sound like our good friend Harry Faber, as he insists on calling himself. But of course I don't have his beautiful accent. Or I have an accent and he doesn't. But in any case, he always sounds so cheery. And I noticed in my last videos I look like I'm frowning and, well, I was frowning. I look like I'm ready to bite somebody. I don't feel that way. I also notice how old I look, and that makes me kind of laugh because, like most people, I guess, or many people anyway, I don't feel old. I still feel like a teenager much of the time. It's not that I've grown back into being a teenager. I've never gotten out of that stage, I guess. Valentino's a teenager. He's 17 this year. Aren't you, boy? That's quite old for a cat. He was quite ill for a long time, as some of you have probably heard or remember, and he's doing fine though. He just ate a big portion of his food. It's important, we find, that he maintain a very, very strict diet, and he can only eat boiled chicken and rice, or a very special diet, dry food from Hill's scientific something or other diet, and with that he's just fine, which is wonderful. We're very pleased because he is one of the older family members. Not as old as I am, but actually in cat years I guess he is older than I am. Well, anyway, today is the 18th of April, and you might ask what we've been doing. Well, we've been freezing our backsides off, that's one thing. Here's what we woke up to yesterday morning. It's unseasonably cold. It's 4 degrees Celsius, and we've been having a fire, making a wood fire almost every day, and just trying to stay warm. We filled the oil tank almost. We have a 10,000 liter oil tank, and we almost filled it this year, or last summer, and we thought it would last for 2 years. But now the way it is, as long as, excuse me, I'm having concentration problems here because I just noticed that Valentino, if you can see him back up, oh wait a minute, what am I looking at? Where is he? There. Is eating again. In any case, we thought we would have enough oil for at least 2 years, and now it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I made myself my morning latte macchiato, which isn't really a latte macchiato because, as you see, it has milk foam on it, and latte is just hot milk. And so this is kind of a overgrown cappuccino with a double espresso shot. I was going to make another video today working down on the baseboards. But I think that what I'll do now is just make a short. This is short. It's already 5 minutes, so I'll probably make a just kind of an update of what's been going on here. And I have a mail call to take care of as well. Mail calls. Unfortunately, I don't even have any stickers at the moment. I used all mine up, and I haven't made any new ones. So it's time to make some altogether new ones. I'm hoping we can get to a car show one of these days, so I'll have some pictures, some other pictures to put up. Because in the end, I'm a member of the YouTube Garage Gang, and I would of course like to have something to do with the Garage Gang on it. But I may just have to actually make another sticker with just our house and what we've been doing here in the house, and maybe with our cat and dog. There's Valentino in the windowsill. I have to turn the monitor here because the camera is attached to the top of the monitor. By the way, if the audio is breaking up, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why that happens with this camera. It's a very nice Logitech webcam, but it, for some reason, connected to this computer, I guess there's a mismatch between the microphone in the camera and the computer audio card, because I noticed the audio breaks up every once in a while. We have actually Karen stayed home last week. She had a week vacation because today begins the new semester, and new semester for her means lots and lots of work. 200 veterinary medicine students come through her office and want all kinds of information, and she's going to be very, very busy for the next couple of weeks. So she took a week off, and I have to say, she worked so hard here at home. She's probably a relief to go back to her office. She oiled all the floors downstairs on the second floor, on the third floor, and we're going to be moving in there very soon. I need to connect up the electric outlets yet. I haven't done that, and I also need to electric outlets, and I need to put the baseboards, of course. So I'll be bringing you with on those things when I do them. We also did a major cleanup outside, because after the winter, of course, there are a lot of leaves and detritus laying around that had to be cleaned up. We were responsible for the front walk and street in front of our house. So you have to keep clean. You may remember I have a sweeping machine that I use to sweep that up, and we did that. We stored some firewood because we're going to be getting some new firewood. We'll be getting about, 5 or 6 cord, I guess, of firewood. And so we got ready. We're getting ready for that. We mowed, of course, the front and the backyards, and as you saw in the video where I used the big old Yazoo mower again, and Karen used the small mower to do all the rest. I still have to repair that Honda mower. I haven't gotten around to that yet. I need to have Karen help me lift it up onto a table. It's very heavy. It must weigh over 100 pounds. And I have to lift it up onto a table and turn it onto its side, because I need to get underneath to the blade part to get to the clutch so that I can replace the control cable. And I need to do that too, because we need that mower very badly. However, as cold as it is, the grass is not going to be growing much in the next days, I don't think. We had some nice meals. We made a wonderful venison roast for Easter. Happy Easter to everyone that celebrates Easter. We made a leg of roe deer it was. A friend of ours shot it. He called me and said, "Bruce, I'm out in the forest. I just shot a deer. Do you want it?" I said, "Yes, we want it." So he took it to a very, very fine elderly gentleman who is a butcher, and he butchered it beautifully. He just did a wonderful job. It was a perfect shot. He managed to shoot so that he didn't hit the shoulder and he didn't hit the hip. So we had the leg and we have the shoulders. In fact, we've used both. We've eaten both the shoulders and the back in the meantime. Beautiful meat. This is quite a young buck, and it was excellent, juicy and very tender meat. And what else is there to say about that? Oh, we made a potato gratin to go with it for Easter, and we had a friend of ours whose mother passed away recently, and he's somewhat forlorn without his mother to take care of, who he's been taking care of for the last year. So we had him come for Easter, and he seemed to enjoy himself very much. And that's the way things have been the last weeks. Karen has been baking up one pie after the other. I'll put a couple of pictures here. She is a very accomplished baker and self-taught, of course, and loves to make pies and has quite a following. I think almost 500 on Instagram from her pie making. If you want to take a look on Instagram, I'll put a link here. I'll probably put a link down below too, and also I'll put a link to our blog, our cooking blog, our kitchen blog, which is called Our Delicious Food, and I'll put a link for that too. We haven't put anything new on it for a while because we've been so busy doing other things, but we'll get around to that one of these days. We have a bunch of new recipes. Well, I see this is already 12 minutes, and I don't want to test your patience too much. I have a mail call to do here. We received mail last week from Florida, and in this nice envelope was this sticker, which most of you will recognize immediately, and probably many of you have. Eric Polston, our friend Eric Polston of the YouTube Garage Gang, I believe one of the early members too of the Garage Gang, is an absolute genius carpenter. He does absolutely marvelous work, and he puts up interesting videos quite often. And we're sort of hoping, he kind of indicated one time that he'd like to come visit us, and we'd sure love to have him come because we have a bunch of projects. We have a bunch of projects we'd love to have him work on. So anyway, Eric, thank you very much for your for the sticker. I'll be putting it up with the others downstairs, and someday I'll have to clean up my shop so that I can show you where I have my stickers put up. And I'm going to make some new stickers to send out too as well. So there you are. That's kind of an update. 15 minutes of blah blah blah, and but it's fun for me to do this, and I hope you don't mind too much. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I don't even know how many subscribers I have, but I think it's more than I imagine. And thanks very much for any comments you might make. And we'll be putting more up. The housework, the work on the house we're doing, more mowing and garden work. And we'll see you then. Cheerio.